Good morning, bull runners. Hope you guys are having a great day today. We're out here in beautiful Miami, Florida. We're about to catch our flight to the Bahamas, and I have some big news for you guys. Super time sensitive over the next few hours, depending on when you're watching this video today. Plane's flying by right now, so we're gonna come inside. We're gonna be on the beach, lounging, relaxing, having fun over the next few days, and I'll do my best to bring to you guys the best content of what's happening in the crypto market. But the biggest news that's taking place right now that you got to pay attention to and take action on before 11:59 p.m. tonight, I believe it's Eastern Standard Time, is this. Over the past few months, we've been sharing this with you guys, and so far we've helped about 366 businesses that have processed $434 million between 2005 to 2019 get back up to $5.8 million from a Visa and MasterCard lawsuit. For example, Visa and MasterCard were overcharging businesses on merchant fees and processing fees specifically for those years between 2005 and 2019. So you may be entitled to a refund on excessive processing fees up to 1.5%. And after 13 years of litigation, they agreed to a settlement in response to price fixing and antitrust violations. And so if you have a business, when you click the link in the description below, it'll take you to this page. You can watch this 1 minute 14-second video. You just click claim funds. It doesn't cost you anything to fill this out. This is completely safe, and it takes less than 60 seconds. You just put in your business details and a consultant will call you at the number that you have on here. So make sure you double check this information because the deadline is 11:59 p.m. tonight. So February 4th, that's today. And we've been sharing this over the past few months. So I'm not going to talk about this too much in this video, but this is an amazing way to get money back in your pocket before the bull run is over that you can use for whatever you want. If you want to put it back into your business, awesome, you can do that. If you want to put it in the crypto market, you can do that. So to help 366 businesses get back several $1,000,000 is incredible. And before the bull run is over, to be able to have more money to invest in the markets is amazing, because what I'm going to share with you in this video is going to completely change the game. For example, Japan's financial landscape is completely changing. They've been indicating that every bank in the country will begin utilizing Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency through SBI specifically. Now, SBI has different, arms of their business like SBI Securities, SBI FX Trade, SBI Remit, etc. And you can see in this document right here, in anticipation of the Enforcement of Payment Services Act, considering the provision of services utilizing various virtual currencies, including Bitcoin and Ripple's XRP, by sequentially advancing the cooperation between virtual currency exchanges domestically and overseas. And so exchanges and trading services for various virtual currencies, including Bitcoin and XRP, as well as regional tokens, will be happening not only through SBI Holdings, but across tons of banks in the United States. Brad Garlinghouse posted this saying, 2025 is here and the Trump bull market is real. For Ripple, this is even more personal after Gensler's SEC effectively froze their business opportunities here at home for years. The optimism is obvious and very deserved. So banks have been hesitant about, using XRP or working with Ripple specifically in RippleNet and using their technology just because of the SEC's lawsuit. They didn't know what the outcome of that would be. But now that we know it is going to end, Gensler's gone, there's a new head of the SEC, it's just really a question of if this gets thrown out or they just go back and forth until it's done and it's over and Ripple can do business in the United States as usual. So today, 75% of Ripple's open roles are now US based, while over the last 4 years, the vast majority of hires were outside the US. So they're going to keep expanding in the United States, and they signed more US deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 since the election than the previous 6 months. Team Trump is already jump-starting innovation and job growth in the U.S. with Scott Bessent, David Sachs, Paul Atkins, and others at the helm, and they aren't even in office yet. This was actually posted January 5th, and say what you want, but the Trump effect is already making crypto great again through his campaign and in the administration day one priorities. And it's suffice to say that Q4 of 2024 was absolutely one for the XRP history books. 5 different firms filed for an XRP-related ETP in the US, plus 4 more this month. RLUSD launched, hitting 100 million market cap within a month, and on-chain XRP ledger DEX trading volume reached 1 billion in Q4. And the macro Bitcoin versus XRP narrative is quietly being reversed. The reason why is because Bitcoin falls outside the system. Now the IMF is pressuring countries not to use it as legal tender, with Christine Lagarde from the IMF saying this.
Matter that you referred to, and whether reserves of central bank should or could include bitcoins. I think there is a view around the table of the Governing Council, and most likely the General Council as well, that reserves have to be liquid, that reserves have to be secure, that they have to be safe, that they should not be plagued by the suspicion of money laundering or other criminal activities. And as a result, I'm confident that reserves will not enter that bitcoins will not enter the reserves of any of the central banks of the General Council. I had a good conversation with my colleague from the Czech Republic, and I leave it to him to make whatever announcement he wants to make, but I'm confident that he's convinced, as we all are, of the necessity to have liquid, secure, and safe reserves.
Meanwhile, XRP falls within the system. So ask yourself, what will the IMF push countries to adopt? Crypto assets that fall outside or inside the traditional system. And also, here's Brad Garlinghouse with their legal officer of the IMF.
You want to take one? Go for it. The first one's for you. IMF. Do you see IMF holding crypto assets in the future? I did not put that up there.
Remember, I'm from the legal department. I'm supposed to be very conservative about these things. I don't want to go into great details about
Maybe I should take what the IMF is going to do. I think we stunned Ross into silence with that one.
For that to happen, okay, under the current legal framework, some country would have to use a crypto asset as its currency.
Well, I'll tell you which system is better.
So the question of whether a given crypto asset will be recognized as part of the formal payment system will largely depend on how it is meant to be used in a given jurisdiction. Bitcoin and Ethereum often fall outside, while Ripple and XRP often fall within the system. And on coinmarketcap.com, you guys can see Bitcoin and Ethereum, number 1 and number 2. Number 3, right there is XRP. This is why I personally believe XRP's market cap will eventually pass Ethereum's market cap. Now, if you agree, like this video. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments below. I think this is obvious. Look at this. President Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, might announce the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve at his press conference today. Let's see if he actually does that. This was posted by Max Brown. Because in my video yesterday, this is what Trump specifically did for the Sovereign Wealth Fund. And here's one thing that he said that I want you to take note of.
It's a very exciting event. We're going to have a Sovereign Wealth Fund, which we've never had. We have a lot of things that create wealth, and you're seeing that over the last 2 weeks. I think we've created more wealth. Other people have created de-wealth. The people, my predecessors, we're creating a lot of wealth. These two gentlemen and some others are going to work with them very closely, and they'll be heading it up, and they're going to do a great job. Two highly respected people that have done unbelievably well in the world, in the real world. So that's a big deal, huh?
So when Trump says two people, is he referring to the two people into the room, or is he referring to Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderati? Well, either way, every single day for Trump is just jam-packed with so many meetings, so many things happening. Look at this. Breaking news just hit. China slapped 10 to 15% tariffs on U.S. oil, coal, agricultural equipment, and LNG. And so these tariff wars that keep going on are going to desensitize people in the crypto market, because when Trump announced, the tariffs on Canada, right here, you saw Bitcoin crash down to 91,000. With this tariff news, Bitcoin went from 101 to 99,000, and it went all the way down to 98. And so the effect is going to be less and less and less the more news that happens about tariffs, and people are going to be like, okay, enough with the tariffs. We've heard enough about that. On to the next either scare event or exciting event that's going to shake up the market. So Bitcoin is just ranging between resistance, which is the high of 109 and 108, and support, this zone of demand down here and this zone of supply. So we're just watching Bitcoin range until a decisive move above resistance or below support takes place. And so over the past 24 hours, we're seeing the rest of the market, recover after that sell-off took place and then consolidate. Look at what Eric Trump just posted. He's saying, in my opinion, it's a great time to add Ethereum. Now, this post used to say, you can thank me later, but it says last edited. We can click on the edit right here. He says, in my opinion, it's a great time to add ETH. You can thank me later. And he took that off. So little financial disclaimer, you know, if in case ETH goes down and they screenshot this saying you could thank me later and ETH continues to drop and money flows into XRP or something like that, well, we will see, because ETH to Bitcoin is still in a downtrend right here. Look at this massive wick all the way down to 0.0235. And if we pair it up with the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator, you know, at this stage in the cycle, Ethereum should be outperforming Bitcoin. So Ethereum is not outperforming Bitcoin. So will we see a trend reversal for ETH to Bitcoin? And when that happens, what does that mean for altcoins? Because typically the path to alt season goes like this. Phase one is flow of money into Bitcoin causing price surge. We saw that. Bitcoin has grown from 15, 16K to over $100,000 this bull run thus far. So we see the money flow into this. And then money flowing into Ethereum is the phase overlap, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. We haven't really seen that yet. Case in point is the ETH to Bitcoin price chart. We've been in a downtrend since ultimately November of 2021, all since the top of the bull run, last bull run, the bottom of the bear market, and this bull run thus far. So phase two for Ethereum hasn't really happened. Instead, we really saw like a meme coin bull run first. So this picture might need to be changed, where phase two was meme coins outperform everything else and artificial intelligence jumps into the mix because of NVIDIA, and this AI bull run takes place. And ultimately the phase overlap is when money is supposed to start trickling into large caps, where we see buy-ups happening. We saw large caps move. For example, XRP, we saw XLM, we saw HBAR, XDC, even Cardano, dinosaur coins run. So this picture will definitely need to be edited, but either way, the last stage of the bull run, regardless of market cap, is when some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. Key phrase, strong fundamentals, strong utility. This is alt season, where large caps have gone fully vertical. We're seeing blow off tops with the major projects at the end of the cycle. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. Now, some of this is reversed, right? Memes have been everywhere this bull run thus far. Everyone was super excited about, you know, finding the next meme coin. You felt the mania in the air, but a lot of other micro cap projects weren't running because of dilution, right? You can see that there's 10.7 million cryptocurrencies, whereas last bull run, we only had like 20, 30,000, maybe 40,000 at the peak of the bull market. So there's been millions of cryptocurrencies created during the bear market and the early bull. And every single day, there's hundreds created every few seconds across multiple different blockchains, platforms, and exchanges. And so this is where I believe we are going to see a flight back to quality, a flight back to utility. And even Brad Garlinghouse says 99% of the crypto market will be wiped out. Whether they go away completely or we just see the liquidity drain and the garbage disposal get turned on and that money flow back into the larger market cap projects like XRP, I think that's what's going to happen. And so it's no coincidence why over the past 24 hours, follow the data. Don't listen to me, listen to the data here. Which ones have recovered over the past 24 hours the hardest? Has it been Ethereum at 14%, or has it been XRP at 29%? It's very clear that it's been XRP. Solana, 16%, BNB, 12%, Dogecoin, 23%, with Department of Government Efficiency, Cardano, 31%. Tron at 10, Chainlink 21, Avalanche at 19, Stellar's XLM at 24, Sui 29%, HBAR 29%, Shiba Inu even recovered 20%. We can see, and you can just go on coinmarketcap.com and scroll down, Ondo 34%. So the projects that are bouncing the hardest on this recovery after the tariff news and the liquidations, with what I talked about in yesterday's video with Binance, we see these projects recovering the hardest. And so we're going to continue to cover this stuff on our weekly calls. Our next call inside of Altcoin Pro University for you guys is Thursday in a couple days. So you can just click the link below. It'll take you to the About page right here. You can get started, join 1,200 members, attend our next call. It's only $97 a month, pay as you go. No contract, no commitment, guys. If you're unhappy for whatever reason, or you just don't get results within your first month, attend the calls. You can get a full money back guarantee. There's no risk. You know, the worst case scenario that I always say is you learn something new and it's not the right thing for you. That's completely fine. You're not bound in by any contracts. And if the best case scenario happens for you and you become our next $1 million success story, we did our event in Las Vegas, Nevada last week, time flies by really quick, but our next event is going to be somewhere warm for you guys that you can attend. But if you go right here to the post section, I made a post right here about it. We had our whole community come out, about 60 plus people from all around the world. So shout out to every single one of you guys that made it out to the event. It was great to be able to connect with you, network, get everyone some Bull Runners hats. And so if you guys want us to launch some merch, some Bull Runners merch or Altcoin Pro merch, let us know. But either way, tap into the community, watch this 26-minute video. I know you guys are going to absolutely love it, because as the crypto bull run continuously progresses, when we look at the Bitcoin rainbow price chart indicator right here that tells us when we're between a fire sale and maximum bubble territory, well, how much time do we have left? And more importantly, how much price action to the upside do we have left? And are we overbought or are we oversold? So right here, we are at the accumulate zone. So we're not in a fire sale. This is when I was making videos back here. I'm like, we're already at, $20,000. Actually, no, we were at 15, 16K, and like we're below the fire sale. So what are we at? A Titanic sale. That's what I said. And that's when I was buying Bitcoin. That's when I was dumping everything in the market down here, because how much lower could we go? From 16K, we were 16,600. And my thought, if I invest in the crypto market and it goes down to 12K, well, then we're in the Marietta Trench sale right there. And the only place we can go from there is up. Sure enough, we went up from there. So I pretty much accumulated as close to the bottom as I could. Now, where are we right now? Are we in maximum bubble territory? No, we're in the accumulate zone. So you can keep these things very simple and look at key charts like this that tell us, based on the macro, where we can go. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to get to the maximum bubble territory. We might stop out in the FOMO intensifying zone. As you guys can see, we got up to FOMO intensifying last bull run, and then for the all-time high, not the all-time high, the last bull run's all-time high, we were in, is this a bubble, right? At $67,000-ish, right around there. Then we went into the bear market. So maybe we only make it up to the hodl zone this time around through diminishing returns between $160,000 to $230,000. Maybe that's the peak for the market. Well, I'm going to be sharing with you guys every single day on this channel where I believe we are, because if we look at the past, in the last few bull runs, what happened previous to 2021, well, we made it up to maximum bubble territory and even beyond there. So through law of diminishing returns, in my thoughts, we might top out between the hodl zone in yellow, $170,000 to $230,000 for Bitcoin. And if you are bearish on crypto right now and you haven't looked at the stock to flow model, compare it back to the past and ask yourself, are we in lime green right now, which is the parabolic blow off top for 2021, for 2017, for 2013 and 14 right here? Are we in lime green? The answer is no. So where are we? We're in light orange, and we're right at the middle of this rally up for the next major move. So I think a major move is coming for the market, and all signs are leading to a massive breakout for Bitcoin. So in my opinion, we just chop sideways within this range, and then we break out. Once we break out, we see Bitcoin rally up past 100,000, $110,000, go back into price discovery and start moving upwards of 110, 120, maybe 130, maybe 150 before we see the next correction on top of this range. Because like I talked about in previous videos, when we break a range, we form support on top of the range. And as you can see, we didn't even come back down to this previous range. We just blasted right through it. So for all we know, Bitcoin, when this breakout happens, even if we see further chop sideways and let's say Bitcoin back test this demand zone where support is several times, and then we start working our way out of here, and then we break out sometime this year, well, the support might not even be the resistance of $108,000, $109,000. We might just consolidate somewhere up here, blow off top, and then we see the bear market kick in. So a lot of people sit back, they wait, and they try and wait for a good entry point. It was like the people that saw this breakout happen from $67,000 to $93,000, and they were thinking, oh, I'm just going to wait for the back test of this zone before I buy for us to continue, and it didn't happen. So that's why time in the markets beats timing the markets. And if you couldn't accumulate Bitcoin at the bear market bottom, if you didn't accumulate at $20,000, if you didn't accumulate at $25,000 down here, if you didn't accumulate at $38,000, if you didn't accumulate at $50,000, and you're not going to accumulate now, then there's nothing that I could do to help you. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to buy or what to sell.
I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. And I'm backing up my truck all the way to the bank. I'm grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind because the spending power of the dollar is going to keep going down in value. That's a fact. It's not my opinion. Based on inflation, what the Federal Reserve and the Treasury has been doing with unlimited monetary print orders, blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology through Ripple, XRP, you got like Chainlink, HBAR, other blockchain technologies that are going to start to work together over the next few decades are going up in value. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. So I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the link in the description below when you join Altcoin Pro University right now. If you have any hesitation, watch this 26-minute video through the link below. And do not forget, if you are a business owner, to fill out the application to claim your funds right here because the deadline is tonight. And if you want to get started as an affiliate and share over the next few hours with some business owners that you know, this is the final sprint. We're reaching the end zone here, and this will be a touchdown for the businesses that you share it with. So I appreciate you guys. I will see you on the next video. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.